And we're live. Hello and welcome, heroes, to the Crit Academy. I am your host, Total Dumas. We are running Descent into Avernus. This is part 19. Except I just realized now that the number on the overlay is in fact 14. So, way to go, Justin.
Wouldn't it be like
one
or
job.
something like that?
It would be X.
XIX.
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 I did XIV. So what I'm gonna do really quick
Just gonna update the stream.
is I'm just gonna fix that and hopefully nobody notices.
Now that we've said it out loud. And,
Right.
Pretty much.
So we're if you see the new stream stuff, I was tinkering around with the layout for our next campaign, trying to be a little fancier than I have been.
Speaking of cats.
So, I am the host of the Crit Academy Dungeons & Dragons podcast, along with these other two, wherever they are on the screen. And I'm really excited. We are getting closer and closer to the end of this campaign. I am really excited for some of the next campaigns we're going to run. I'm planning on, I don't know if they've agreed or if I'm going to have to find new people, but I do want to do a short campaign. I've been writing a superhero themed setting and content, so I'm excited to play through that a little bit. And then beyond that, we're going to delve a little bit into some more cyberpunkish stuff. Specifically, I want to do a mesh between the Ravnica setting and the Grease Monkey's Guide, Grease Monkey's Handbook, I think is what it was, which has the mechs and the laser guns and all kinds of cool stuff. So we're gonna deviate a little bit from the fantasy, direct, straight fantasy stuff, but we're gonna have it, in there just a smidge. So that's where we're at there. Before we move forward, I'll have each of the guys go around, say who they're playing, and then we'll have our librarian Matt go through and tell us exactly where we left off. So how about we start with Ian?
Okay. I'm Ian, co-host of Crit Academy, and I'm playing Human Artificer Merle Brownson.
Great. Next, Austin.
Hi. I am playing Zorax, who is a Voidwalker Paladin, which is something me and Justin had worked on. It is a very crowd control-y kind of paladin, likes to control space. Mm-hmm. Irony of what I just said there, but we'll keep that one down.
We'll get it
and he's very angry all the time. That's all I got.
See, not only barbarians aren't the only one with anger issues.
Yeah, this paladin's angry as fuck all the time. I've just been running at people. My anger's just me using smite.
And of course, Matthew.
It's like a you in particular thing.
Hi, my name is Matthew. I am a friend of these three knuckleheads. Been playing with these guys for a couple of years now. And I play Chiron, the Tiefling Paladin, who has sworn the Oath of Vengeance in service to Bahamut. And I am the local librarian of this group, even though I haven't done a thing to catalog every little detail down.
I don't know, man. I feel like you've got more down than I do.
It's not a high bar.
Certainly. Yeah.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
It's not a high bar for either of us, really.
So, Mr. Librarian, would you like to tell us where we left off on the last episode of Descent into Avernus?
Well, we found the Sword of Zariel, which was in possession of the now Archlord of Avernus, the first day of hell. But before we could even approach it, we see this spectral woman before us who shines us with a bright light, and next thing we know,
she flashed you.
I knew you were gonna do something like that. And next thing we know, we find ourselves in the middle of a battle at a human town called Edelglen, which is
surprised you remembered the name. I fucking forgot that immediately.
And
not important, not demon.
And so the Edelglen is being straight up ransacked and massacred by abyssal creatures hyenas, and humanoid-like hyenas called gnolls.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole town, and I eventually ended up fighting this 6-armed Naga-looking creature, which I lost.
I felt so bad after you died. I was like, oh shit.
You
I
should
thought he
be.
had it.
You should be.
Ooh, that was really good. I
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
true.
That's funny.
But I got revived by Zorax over here with his Revivify spell.
I am a good guy every once in a while.
I tried to help.
Emphasis on once in a while.
Yeah, it's once. Just once.
For those who haven't caught up, this guy's from Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. If you don't know what Baldur's Gate is, it's bad. Everything bad. The officers are bad. The people are bad. The higher ups are bad. Everything bad.
It's a lot like Washington, D.C.
So anyway, as my character Chiron was being revived by Zorax, we see Inagu, the god of the gnolls and hyena, enter the fray.
Oh yeah, I
and
couldn't
just
forget
that
that.
was fun.
demolishing,
That was a
fun.
good
and
time.
just demolishing everything.
I stood my ground against that thing. I felt awesome. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, I'm doing it.
Yeah, our
Until
NPC.
you couldn't.
Well,
companion.
I mean,
Yeah.
there was an orphan vulnerability on it, but the fact that it didn't get flown into a building, 4 blocks that way is pretty good.
Ahem.
I think that's Matt's nice way of saying shut the hell up.
That was a great session for me. I was doing awesome.
Yeah, you were.
I.
So, as we were initially facing Inagu, our NPC companion, a Hollyphant named Lulu, who was once contracted to Zariel once upon a time, gave us said aura of invulnerability. But as we were facing another round, we are brought back to the chamber of the Sword of Zariel, and we see Lulu grown from like an eagle-sized little creature to half human average height
Big
sort of
inside.
thing, or something bigger.
She's a mammoth.
Oh,
She's
right,
pretty
sorry.
big.
So now she's bigger than the average human, along with the spectral woman who was revealed to be, I forget, was it Commander Yale or General Yale, who was a soldier that served Zariel before she became corrupted.
That's really good. I think that I'll take it from there.
All right.
You stand before the dais of the temple, or the scab, atop which glows the Sword of Zariel. Also, before you are Lulu and the ghostly warrior Yale. The Hollyphant is the first to speak. I remember everything now. Edelglen was the last straw. We followed Zariel to Avernus, but the evil there proved to be too strong for us. Asmodeus appeared and promised Zariel infernal legions to end the blood war. But she had to give the Lord Nine Hells her fealty. She accepted, she kind of says with big giant watery tears in her eyes, and became an archdevil. But not before Yale, and she nods at the spectral warrior, and I took her sword, hoping it could be used to redeem Zariel someday. I had given up my magic and my memories, and Yale had to give up her life in order to help construct this place that would protect and seal the sword. Yale's ghost says, "You have faced many trials to claim the Sword of Zariel. I'm sorry to say, you face one more. As the inscription on the dais says, the hero who becomes one with the blade exists no longer. Which of you is brave enough to draw the blade and be gone forever?" And they both look to you guys.
I wonder if it's literal or metaphorical.
I don't know, but I'm about to find out. And Zorax strides right up there.
What?
All right.
He's just marching, just headstrong straight into it.
I'm going to give any actions from you guys before I continue to narrate this.
I should probably do this because I'm probably going to be loud because I realize that these
Wait.
have a little bit of sound. Waiting. Briefly.
So
Make
now,
sure I'm in a good spot to observe this first.
Okay.
Hang on, what's
so all right.
okay.
All right. So
I understand. No. I look at him and I nod like, no, I understand actually. Yeah.
So
You do this kind of work.
So as Zorax strides up onto the dais, Merle Bronson puts on his little scopes and they start, telescoping in both directions, and he's got
like
his
putting
little
down some cameras.
yeah, he's got little devices, all these little measuring utensils that he's pulling out of his pack. He's got a pen and paper, and he's ready to take notes. He flips a bunch of bunches of switches, and all the little gizmos start twisting and turning and making little whirring noises.
Okay, you need to kill yourself now.
Kill myself? Well,
So,
I'm glad someone believes in me.
so
One day I'll die.
Zorax, you stride.
And today may be that day.
Zorax, you stride up to the dais, and you reach out with your hand. Let me check something here real quick.
Do I feel anything before I touch it?
You can feel a radiating calmness.
Whoa.
It's
Kind of weird.
You totally just gave me like Keanu Reeves' whoa moment right there. That's what you
It's just
sounded like.
Just, whoa. Well, because he's always angry, so like when he just feels something calm, he's like,
That's weird.
it's a little odd. I'm not used to this.
So as you reach out to grab this blue glowing, thrumming, gorgeous sword, a sense of calmness washes over you. A sense of clarity that you haven't experienced before. Everything
Not
just
necessarily a high bar.
everything all of a sudden doesn't seem to exist anymore. The room, as you grab onto it, just kind of disappears. A sense of wholeness washes over you. As if all the anger you've pent up inside for years and years, all the outbursts, all the killing, all of the moments where you
Lost
don't.
control.
Well, I wasn't gonna go that far, but all those moments that you just lost control, they fade. It all seems so meaningless as you grab the weapon and you pull it out. A rush of golden and blue holy energy starts rushing up your body. It starts by crawling up your arms. The holy light it's changing you. You're not sure why. It's all the things that made you is beginning to fade away. The energy is crawling up your arm and into your chest. It extends down to your feet. You guys start to see Zorax start to his body is gradually being swallowed by this golden blue light as it reaches. It starts to kind of crawl along him like a molasses. It goes down your feet. Everything you've ever fought for, it's meaningless. Why? What have you done for? No. You start to think inside your head, this isn't. You realize it's starting to change you as it begins to continually swallow you. You guys see nothing but almost his whole body as this energy starts to radiate from his head. It starts to swallow up over his nose and encapsulate one eye, and you can see his energy just as it gets to the last point. All of the anger is gone. There's nothing much left of you. All of that is Zorax. Everything that's Zorax is ceasing to exist as the light begins to swallow into your eye. There's a brief moment where you have an opportunity to fight back. Will you accept this calmness, this serene tranquility, this new you, all else forgotten.
No. No, 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 no. I'm starting my plot point. I'm going. Zorax is just anger is surging again, and he says, "I have fought demons. I have been possessed by a devil, and I broke out of it. I will make this power my own."
And as soon as he says that, a dark energy, a black mist erupts from his eye and begins to fight back and push the spread of the light. You can see this kind of struggle around his body as he's fighting. This light is being washed away. This dark energy shrouds his body, moves down his hands, and starts to encroach on the blade. The blade is trembling. You can hear a scream, a trumpet. You see Lulu there is freaking out. She's screaming something about, "What have you done? What have you done? The light, it's fading!" And you see as your dark shroud rushes into the sword and it bursts alight with a black, shadowy darkness. The Sword of Zariel has changed. All that was holy in it is gone. In your head, you hear this thrumming noise. You who seem you who seems to be the master. I am the one that's in control now. We will consume the souls of others. It is our destiny. I am alive! As this thundering ring goes through your head, Zorax, and you realize whatever you have just done, your anger, your sorrow, your agony, has washed out and blinked out all the light that existed within this weapon that you were planning to use to save Elturel. The light is gone. Lulu is tearing up. She's trumpeting. She cannot believe what you have done. You have changed the Sword of Zariel. You've tainted its darkness. You tainted its light with your darkness. You now have a sentient weapon known as the Shadow Razor. It's a legendary. Requires you immediately attune to it. Dark energy radiates and thrums through you. Attunement can only be done by a creature of darkness. It is a +3 bonus to attack and damage. This sword, something is happening to you. The energy, it's almost like a flashback. It's changing your skin. Your radiant wings appear for an instant as they blink out and are replaced by black feathers. A darkness is enshrouding you. All the little bit of light that it was within you, blinks out as you fall from grace. You are what the hell was that? You are now a fallen Aasimar.
Write that down.
Where did he get the fall to?
You also have, you also have, I'll send you the text for this ability. It comes with Devour Soul, so when you reduce a creature, you gain temporary hit points. While you hold it, you can sense the presence of any large or tiny creatures within 60 feet that aren't undead or constructs. You can't be charmed. Shadow Razor can cast haste spell on you once per day, but it decides when to do it, not you.
Of course it does.
Its personality trait, it has a very imperious tone, as though it's accustomed to people obeying it. The sword's purpose, to consume souls. That which it once freely gave, it now takes back. So yeah, I will send this to you pretty quickly here, and you can have that. How does Merle and Chiron feel about what just happened?
Interesting.
I didn't expect anything less from Merle.
Okay. How does the holy
Chiron's more evil than we thought he was, and that's saying something. He even corrupted a extremely holy artifact.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And you
I'm
use,
not sure if that counts as a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just glad he's on our side.
and right now, Lulu is losing it. She is swearing.
Lulu's swearing.
She's swearing. Yeah, she's saying by like Avernus's pits or some weirdest thing like that.
Oh,
I want
shit.
to get Matt's response or Chiron's response before we move forward because I got other stuff I got to do. But I want to give him a chance to react.
What
I didn't
have
know
you
Lulu knew those things.
Well, go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
What have you done, Zorax?
I
That's it.
decided not to be contained.
Yeah, and you
I
know,
was tired of being possessed.
you know that it was going to destroy all that you were and remake you into something good. Is that all you guys got? Otherwise, I'll continue on with the narration.
I guess I don't know. I guess so. Wow, this is a couple paragraphs.
Yeah, it's a big weapon. All right, so
Am I the only one left with a plot point?
yes.
Okay.
Lulu rushes up to you and says, "This was our last chance to save Zariel, and you have stripped it from me. You have stripped it from her. How could you have do such a thing? Are we not friends? Are we not allies? That you would take our only hope?
Only hope.
Our only hope to save El Terrell, and to more importantly, save Zariel."
My goal was to save El Terrell. What wasn't my goal was to save Zariel. I was here on a mission to save a land that was very close to home. Now, maybe that doesn't make sense to you because you're immortal. Now, see, I am a mortal, and I have these mortal things on the mortal realm. Does that make sense to you?
No.
I also have
I
people
joined
to
this
call my
battle
own.
to rescue her. To save Zariel. Not to corrupt a part of her soul. Do you know how much we had to sacrifice?
You know how much data I've gotten from this?
Fucking Merle.
I fucking love Merle.
It's like, how? She says, "What hope
Sorry.
do I have now? You stripped away. You stripped away the last sliver of her holy soul. The last of her grace is gone. Now how are you going to save El Terrell?"
I'm sure there's more than one way.
By what? Making a pact with the demon again? Again!
It worked out for us before.
You've already made 2 pacts.
What's a third one?
Now, for clarification, you as the players and you as the characters only recall making what? How many packs?
Let's see. One for the
One from
bone devil
flying.
that brought us down to the surface.
And technically, I'm the one who made that back.
Yeah.
The pact to the Devil Riders.
Gang?
The Devil
Yeah.
Riders, yeah.
The Devil Riders. That was
Or bad, but yeah.
that was 2.
I actually think you had 3. Thavius Krieg. Or his new
No,
form.
that was
the
with
other
the
characters.
Okay, so let me rephrase that. She says, "You have already made 4 packs. I have allowed this to go on." And you instantly recall that you only made 3 packs.
4.
4. We only made half that.
No.
I roll a
Foolish.
history or arcana check or religion, what have you?
I'm just going to outright say you have no recollection of this. Actually, go ahead and give me an intelligence check. If you're trained in it.
Yeah. You're dang right I'm trained in it.
I'm just gonna make an intelligence check.
And I'm going to use my thing. Because that was a really crappy roll. 16.
Yeah, so you notice some weird inconsistencies, but you're not sure what she's talking about. So I'm just gonna leave it at that because you guys yourselves don't know. So
Right.
Okay.
it's part of the packs you've made. I didn't have a better way to do it, so we're gonna have to come back to it. Anyway, so she's tearing up. She's you're just seeing like gallons of it. She's fucking Kepler. All right, she says, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If we can't save her, and now we can't save Elturel, then what was it all for? What was it all for?
Don't worry, Lulu. It ain't over yet.
She towers over top of Zorax. Her trunk rearing back. She says, I should smite you for what you did.
Will you? Will you confirm my ideals? About those who are immortal? Who care not for mortals?
She looks at you heavily. She turns to Chiron. How could you let this happen? You're supposed to be heroes.
I don't think they would have guessed this would have happened.
Nope.
I had no knowledge of what his shadows were capable of. I didn't know that they were capable of corrupting the very sliver of Zariel that was left.
I mean,
how was I supposed to know that this would happen to the sword? I thought that the sliver of a celestial like Zariel would be immune to the shadows of Zorax.
kind of a good point.
But look what happened. Not even the temple could protect it from such shadows.
Damn.
Damn, that was
You made me
savage.
sound strong as fuck.
So Yael walks forward and he says,
Oh yeah, wants to kill me too, huh?
This is unforeseen. You have certainly dashed the last bit of hope. But I pray for your sake, the blade is still strong enough to at least cut the bonds that lock Elturel and Avernus. If it cannot be used to save Zariel, at the very least you can save your city. Though I'll be honest, I highly doubt it. The power of a mortal, no matter the strength of their will, is nothing compared to that of a celestial. And since you have weakened this weapon, it may not be able to do the deed in which you seek. And for that, you are at fault. Every soul in Elturel that dies from this moment on is in your care. It is your fault. And you are solely the one responsible. And you will have to live your life with that weight. I hope it was worth it, my dark friend. And I'm sorry that we could not save Zariel or you from the darkness. And she puffs away in a silvery smoke.
You know, that is kind of some weird irony, isn't it? That she fell to save Elturel, and so have I. I didn't really piece those 2 points together, but that's an interesting little thing that's happened. That's kind of cool. Very unintentional, I will admit.
So, after a moment of weeping and crying, Lulu puffs back into a small form of herself, the size of a bird, and she floats there, and she floats onto Merle's back and tucks her head into one of his satchels.
Oh, you hurt Lulu's feelings. How could you do such thing like that?
So now, as players, you guys have
You like
you've got choices choices. You can
We do?
confront. You can still confront Zariel, and try to convince her to unbreak the bond that has locked Elturel and Avernus, or you can return and try to break it yourselves with Shadow Razor, or you can just try to defeat her outright. And if you're gonna do that, you're gonna need more help.
Hmm.
Your goal coming down here, the whole reason you came to Avernus, into this pit of hell, was so that you could free Elturel. The sword was the key to do that, at least one of them. And now you are unsure if it is up to the task. Of course, you won't know unless you try. So
We
what
can
is
certainly
it?
try.
What is it the Crimson Exiles wish to do?
What does the sword say? It has a personality, and I'm
It
not used
does.
to
It
having a
does.
sentient
So
weapon.
I'm gonna have to remember to include him because I always forget. I forget that stuff. He goes, "Oh, I'm gonna give him a good. I'm gonna give him a brick voice."
Oh no.
He
All right.
says he goes.
Imperious tone my ass, I guess.
Well, he can be imperious. He just
I
is gonna
suppose.
have a Russian accent, right? Or my ghetto version of one. He goes. What is it you want, servant? What is it you want, servant? You bug me after I just awoken. I hope you believe it is worth your time. What is this? What do you want? Speak now.
Hmm.
Now!
I assume,
Italy.
and I'm speaking telepathically to this
Do you
thing.
know what they say about assumptions, don't you? They make a fool
Yeah.
out of you.
Well, I also assume
I do
that
not
you would
have
have
any. I do not have any fool servants. Understand me.
Hmm.
So which is it you
Sword's about to
want?
get real annoying.
Oh, you have no idea, dude.
Oh boy, I didn't think
This
it'd
is
be
like what-
sentient. God
This is like
damn it.
Juanita all over again.
Oh no,
Saying
Juanita's
that's the
nice
player.
though.
Yeah, this one's just gonna be
She-
a bastard to me.
I would say she's nice. She just doesn't like to be mistreated. You gotta handle her with care. Bag of scolding and have some love. So, go ahead and I'm done doing my spiel.
I assume you would like me to fight Zariel,
I hunger
seeing
for
as you
souls,
are once her
but
sword.
you have to understand. I am the companion of none, only those that serve me. And currently that involves you, little knife, and her lordship, Lady Zariel. So, do I wish
Wait.
to be back in her service or yours? It matters not who works for me.
Hmm.
But raise me as a tool against her is not recommended.
Not recommended?
Well, of course. Of my two servants, she's clearly the strongest. And if I have a choice, I will drop you as quickly as a sack of dung.
Can't do it.
Now, don't you forget it, servant. Now, let us go rend the flesh and devour souls, shall we?
That is the plan.
You
Who
will
are you
take me
talking
now.
to?
Ah, yeah, you don't even hear him. It's telepathic, so I don't.
It's telepathic.
Yeah.
Oh, stink. Do I see his expression on the matter?
It depends. Are you having expressions, or is you just kind of?
You see me kind of frown. Just like,
You're wearing a mask.
not anymore. I threw it.
It's funny because
I don't need it anymore. I'm not a Scourge Azamar.
You got
I don't
this,
feel the need to bottle it all up anymore.
you got this this powerful sword. It may still work. It tells you it wants to feast on souls. So,
Hmm.
And it says, "Now go, minion. Do my work. Feed me. I am starving, for I have never eaten. I have only given." Are you going to share any of this with the group? Okay. Merle, you just got all kinds of good information. You actually learned some really good stuff when you were going through this, why this whole thing was kind of going on. You learned that the power of will, mortal will, can overcome even the greatest of divine. I don't know how I want to word that.
Essence.
Thank you. That's a really good one. Let's go with that.
It's a very solid one, yeah.
Yeah. the power of the mortal will can outshine divine essence. You've also, in between, you also were working on some of your schematics that you got, and it's starting to take shape. You feel like in another day or so, you might actually have a good working blueprint for this apparatus you're designing. That you've kind of taken bits and pieces from your travels through Avernus. So what is the action, you guys? We need to know. Are you going to go and try to reason with Zariel? Are you going to try to defeat her and throw the whole area into all of Avernus into chaos, or are you going to try to go and cut the binds that hold El Terrell in place? Because really, that is your overall goal. Well, the group's goal, the Crimson Exiles goal. Whether your individual goals are that's clearly not necessarily the case.
Yeah, Zorax has kind of changed positions. Save Elturel, kill Zariel. They're the same thing. I'm looking at the same picture.
On one hand, I personally don't mind if we throw Avernus more into chaos, just because the way I see it, they're all a bunch of devils and demons.
I also agree with this.
Okay.
But our priority is to save El Terrell. Bring it back to the mortal plane.
Of course.
Now, Chiron, as you're thinking through this scenario, you know that if they do manage to kill Zariel, there's no evidence to support that necessarily will mean El Terrell will be saved.
Yeah, and even if we were to somehow miraculously kill Zariel, that may not affect the current state of El Terrell. Its imprisonment here in Avernus may not be reversed. So, my goal for coming here was to bring it back to the mortal plane, and we have that thing. And I point to the bag that I'm assuming Merle has, containing the shield of Gargoeth that is in the sealed bag of holding. To use that as a bartering chip to Zariel. Hopefully.
Alternatively, counterpoint to your argument here, if we get Zariel within a killing blow, she could tell us where the contract is, and then we can destroy it, thus freeing El Terrell.
How do you propose to destroy a devilish contract?
I'm not going to destroy it. She's going to destroy it.
And let's face it, there is precedence of devils on the point of death cutting deals.
Exactly.
But we're up against the Lord of Avernus herself.
Yeah, and
Deal.
I just took her blade, and now I'm gonna take her life. It's just one step down next on the road.
You hear a muffled, tiny trumpet come from inside of Merle's pouch where Lulu is hiding when you said taking her life.
Probably because she's like, this dumbass is gonna die.
She's probably not wrong.
I'm not one. I would prefer to break the chains that imprison El Terrell. I am not one to go up against a Lord of Avernus just to satisfy your conquest.
Maybe I should change oaths to conquest, I guess, at this point while we're at it. Because paladins can do that.
Or Oathbreaker.
Or Oathbreaker. That's a good one too. I didn't think about these. I didn't think about just straight up just changing the whole fucking character. Why not, guys? I'm still different, I suppose. Son of a bitch. That's not something I considered, though.
So I still haven't heard a solid. We're going this way.
Right.
This is 100% on you guys, so you need to come to an agreement.
I look to Chiron. Do you think we could still reason with Zariel?
It is a possibility. It is better than fighting her to the death.
Well, my first instinct isn't going to... I mean, it is to fight her. However, I am a patient man. She is immortal.
Says the guy who just rushed up to the dais and pulled the sword out and corrupted it.
I'm patient for a good fight.
Oh, now
Which, as we both can look at, we can kind of agree on, I would assume. I can always go back and fight her later.
This is true.
She is immortal.
You're not.
And I'm not. I don't know. I look towards the sword. I don't know. Maybe with enough willpower I could live forever too.
Why are you so
You hear the voice of Shadow Razor. He says, "You think you live forever? Ha! I find better minion as soon as I get stronger one. So don't count on it."
You just kind of hear Zorax grumble a little bit as he's like clenching the blade.
Clearly, Shadow Razor only cares about ensuring that he has the strongest minion.
I'm gonna beat this thing's ass. Man.
Well, I noticed him being angry at the sword for some reason.
What's that?
I know him being mad at the sword that he seems to be speaking to telepathically.
Yeah, he kind of looks at it dirty.
Interesting.
Do I notice that too?
I don't see why
I'd
not.
say so.
I mean, I don't think he's trying to actively hide it.
No.
Okay, so
Right.
Are you making an angry face at a relic sword?
My eyes dart up at you. They're just pools of black, and all you see is the red that's still there. Yes, I am making a dirty face at this fucking sword.
Why? It's a sword.
I wish it was a fucking sword. Just a... You see him, like, I'm very clearly angry at this thing. I wish it was just a sword. A relic sword. No! This thing has a...
Has a what?
It has a fucking soul inside it. That's what.
Excuse me?
Yes, there's a thing in here.
Do I know anything about that?
Why would you?
I don't know.
It was just birthed at this moment. Plot points do crazy shit like that.
Also, can't Merle talk to it? I don't know how. Let me look.
Go back and look. I just sent you. I sent you the.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Hold on.
Hearing and dark vision out to 120 feet and can speak, read, and understand common and communicate with its wielder telepathically. Nope, just the wielder. It seems like.
Yep. Sorry. I point the sword towards you, and I kind of like put it towards the ground and say, "You could touch the hilt. Maybe it'll do something."
I ain't touching that.
Let me observe first for about 11 minutes.
What? That's an interesting number.
Oh, I think I know what he's doing.
It's also the amount of time I need to cast identify as a ritual.
I gotcha. So Zorak places it point down, and Merle gets all these little gizmos out and surrounds it. And one's a little light that's going up and down and scanning it. You got this little like screen thingy that's got little digits and things flashing all on it. For about 11 minutes, this goes on until you hear a beep 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 boop, and then one of your little machines go. Poof. but just before it poofs. What do you want to? What do you? It's supposed to do that. Just before it goes poof, you successfully cast Identify. What do you want to know about it?
Oh my god.
Let me see here.
Do you want me to just send the fucking thing to
Choose
him?
one object.
Yeah.
Oh, great! You must choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell.
What?
If it's a magic item or some other viewed object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use or how many charges it has, if any. Learn whether any spells affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
Are you gonna touch it to do this?
It's Merle. Heck yes.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
What's happening?
Actually, I think it would be Wisdom. I apologize. It'd be Wisdom.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Wisdom, eh?
not question the DM on this.
Yeah, it's not anything that's on there.
Okay. I was like,
Okay.
I don't know anything about this.
Well, plus, and I'm definitely going to use a Flash of Genius, or whatever it's called.
Your talent?
Yeah. No,
No, it's a
just
feature.
Oh, that's an artificer.
She'll make it 17.
So as you are touching this thing, you can feel this darkness pulling you in. You instantly start to have flashbacks of some of the most depressing moments in your life, the ones where you were just full of sorrow and anger. All those moments flash in your head at a moment. And after 11 minutes, after you finish the spell, you pull your hand off, afraid that if you had left it on for any longer, it would have twisted and contorted your memories, making them seem harsher than they were.
Oh,
Shut up, Dad!
He
Merle,
says,
are you okay?
You hear a deep, thunderous voice in your head there, Zorax, and it says, Minion, you do not, I repeat, you do not allow those of such filth to lay their grubby paws upon my blade and my hilt. Do you understand me? For I will devour your soul if you allow this again. Unless this person is stronger than you.
I collectively ignore him.
Okay.
You can just tell, or at least the sword can tell, that I am actively ignoring him.
When are we going to hunt souls?
Soon.
That is not enough.
Yeah,
Do it now.
I definitely see why people hate using the dice feature on D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond. All right, I still don't have a freaking answer, you guys. Where are you going next?
Yeah, where are we going,
If
guys?
you can't decide, I'm going to make a decision for you.
Okay, so the plan is, first and foremost, for us to just free Elturel.
Yes.
As far as we know, we can just go there and do it ourselves, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
That is one option.
Originally, the Sword of Zariel is supposed to be able to be strong enough to cut the bonds, the chains that are dragging Elturel into the River Styx.
Oh.
Right.
It was. You're unsure if it being tainted in corruptness by the darkness within Zorax's soul has had any impact in that.
I really caused a mess.
Saw Justin.
What's
I don't know
that?
if you saw Justin, but I did send you some. Did direct message you over Discord. I don't know if you saw it or not, though.
Nope,
So.
I don't see Discord stuff. Because if I click it in Discord, it'll change the screen, which is what's feeding into our OBS. So send me a Facebook, copy it and send it to Facebook. I leave Facebook open for this. So.
Do you want me to send a link of what the weapon does?
Yeah,
to,
you can send it to them
Merle?
if you want.
He sends it to everybody, and I know it does anyway now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I'm gonna send it in, but I'll send it to Matt too.
He sent it to
It's-
everybody. In the
Oh,
first
I
place,
also got it in the D&D group chat.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, that works out.
It's because I didn't
know.
private message it. I didn't realize.
Oh,
Anyway,
I thought you did.
no,
Okay.
we're good.
Okay,
All
we're
right,
good.
so go ahead and send that to me if that's going to be important in your moving forward decisions.
Yeah. Our main priority is, in my mind at least, is to go to Elturel and try to free it. But if you run into Zariel on the way, we'll wing it as we go along.
As in, make the bargain with the shield.
No, I think he's saying go straight to the chains, right?
Yeah.
No, I think Matt.
But for all we know, that might make it worse.
I think Matt was alluding to that if you do run into Zariel, you can use the magical shield with the beast sealed inside as a bargaining chip.
Didn't we leave that back in the library?
No, we took it.
Them to deal with.
I don't remember. I thought that
I assumed
because that's why we
Merle
put it
was
in the bag
carrying
of
it.
holding.
bag of skulls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because or else we would just left the whole shield there, and it wouldn't have been needed in a bag.
Yeah, I don't know.
It would have just like
Well,
mage
bag of
handed
holding
it or
then.
something.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought you guys had given it to it, but I couldn't find any paperwork stating otherwise. So, all right. So the plan is to head to Elturel. Do I got that right?
Yep.
Works for me.
Stands.
Doing on time. All right. So, you guys.
I would like to roll an arcana check. Okay, I know what the sword does and what we know to change. What I'm going to try to speculate what I think might happen if we try to use said sword on said change. Because for all we know, in its current state, it might make things worse.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh god, I didn't really think about that.
Okay.
Did we replenish our health by any chance?
Only because I said you leveled
30.
up. Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna get to it. Yes, just because moving forward, you're gonna have be able to get a long rest and all that stuff for the travel stuff. What did you get?
Okay.
30. Judging from what you know about the obsidian chains, and your understanding of this weapon, it might work. You say it's probably got 85% chance of success of being strong enough to cut through the chains.
Right. I'm also slightly worried, though, given the sword's corrupted nature, it might drag it down to a deeper hell, for all I know. And here I am
Wow,
giving the
wouldn't
DM
that be
idea.
something? Oh god. Oh shit.
Okay. One second. Let me do this.
Had to write that into my character sheet real quick. The new
Yeah. It's a
sword.
list.
I'm just having a
All right, sorry about that. All right, so you guys start climbing your way out of this the scab, and as you make your way up towards the top, well, you get to the big giant hole that goes up. Actually, you don't have to do that. I forgot So one thing you noticed after the drawing of the blade from the dais. You notice that the lights inside of that are shining through the window did brighten significantly. They took a much brighter hue, and there was a thunderous burst of energy that released from it when it was drawn. Looking, you can almost see. You believe that you can now see this through the red stained glass windows. The swirling of clouds on the outside, which you couldn't see before. So you have a couple. That possibly could be a way out, or you could go out the way you came in.
I'm
Is
gonna
there
be
like
honest.
is there another door in this chamber?
Or is it through the stained glass?
There's so you basically walked in through where the entrance to the building would be if it wasn't covered in a scab. It's like a sanctuary. So there's glass everywhere. There's these big giant,
Yeah, the
like
giant stained
churches
glass.
stained glass windows.
Yeah.
Before it was very static in its light, but now you can see movement and discoloration on the other side, and it's brighter. Because remember when you guys came in here, you thought it was weird that you could see light coming in from that, but it was covered in this big scab, this mucusy shape. So
Kind
now
of a good
you can
point.
clearly, it's like you can see outside now, which you couldn't before after the sword was drawn.
I thought we were deep underground, and
No.
that looks like outside.
Yeah, for
I
clarification,
look outside.
you weren't deep underground. There was a giant bulbous thing
Well,
over
yeah, but
top of it, and you climbed up the side of it and climbed
Under-
into it.
under whatever fleshy mound we're in. Does that look like light? Is that a way out?
I look through the window.
It looks like a way out.
Okay, I head out.
You gotta break the glass.
I strike
no-
the glass.
And instantly, an annoying voice pops in your head. Minion, that does not have a soul. You will not use me as a simple device to break things without souls. Do you understand me? I am not a hammer.
Oh yes,
You
you're
know
right.
this. I am not hammer. That's how
I'll
you would
use
say.
the blunt end, and I Mordhau grip it, so the blunt end's on the handle and stuff's on the other edge, and then I strike at it.
Minion! Stop that! What have I told you?
Does it not break?
The window does break, but he's pissed that you're beating him up against a window.
First thing I do with the sword, break window.
The window shatters.
We just broke a window.
The window shatters. The window had a picture of an angel with big blue wings with the holly floating right next to her with the Sword of Zariel holding up. It was clearly Zariel. About the only action you're going to get with her, it seems, as you break this window of her. And you look out and you are stunned to see that the area around it looks as if it's in a crater. A blast of something ringed out, probably from the drawing of the sword, and created a massive explosion outside of the citadel. And you can just see destruction everywhere. Any creatures that were in the area, you can see barely what's left of them. There's a little bit of them over there and a little bit over there, and so drawing that released a powerful explosion outside of around the citadel.
I look to Zorax. Did you do that?
I mean, I wouldn't say I did it. I would say
That's right. It was me. It was me, not you, minion. That is my power. You're welcome.
on second thought, I did it. As I look very annoyed.
What is
Are you-
you do not take credit for my work, minion. That is not how this works.
Are you okay, Zorax?
No.
No.
God, no.
Unlimited cosmic power! Itty bitty tiny annoying voice.
I think I should have just accepted the fucking light. God forbid me.
He says, minion, that way. And he points, and you guys just see Zorax's arm fly in a direction. Souls.
Souls! I look over in that direction, what do I see?
I am never ever going to be able to create a sentient magic item that is not just fun for me to play. Like, everyone is just such a goof all the time.
What the fuck's over there? I look.
It's desolate. There's fumes everywhere, but you can tell that it's pulling you in the direction of where you came from. So at this point, you guys start making your way. You've got no mount, no transportation, so you start hoofing it.
Yeah.
And as you guys are, you guys begin hoofing it. Is there anything you're doing in your downtime? Because you're going to be traveling for, it looks like, 4 days before anything happens.
Um. So that's cue for long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker, I gotta
Technically,
fucking find
4 of
something
them.
to kill.
And the entire time, this thing is, feed me, minion. And actually, after the 3rd day, you start to feel it draining your own essence, Zorax, and it starts feeding on little bits of your soul. How long does a fallen Asimir's average lifespan? Do you have that written down on the stat block?
Let me just look up Asimar's real quick. Can live up to 160 years. Good try, buddy.
You just lost 25.
Fucker, I'll kill you.
So
You realize immediately.
So, regrets. Get another look on your face.
If this weapon doesn't feed, it gets its energy from you.
I gotta find a way to fucking kill this fucker.
What were you gonna say, Matthew?
I was gonna say, on the morning of after the first night, Chiron would cast create food and water to supply us.
Oh, that's a great idea. Good shit.
Smart.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Merle?
So, having second thoughts with that little pointy object you have there.
Okay.
Draw
Holding?
me. Listen, minion. We could take their
Holding?
souls. Nobody has to know but us. I'm so hungry. Feed
You're
me.
just a brat. You're another fucking immortal weapon. And I hate you too as much as I hate everything else around here.
Ian, what were you saying? Sorry.
The holding?
Isn't that sealed away?
Bag of holding.
I thought that was sealed to prevent anyone from unlocking it and reaching in for the shield, if I recall.
Yeah, I think you guys sealed it so you couldn't use it.
Yeah, we sealed it,
Yeah.
sadly.
You know what? Merle doesn't care anymore.
Kepler makes a really good point. If he takes enough soul, does he get to live longer? No, but he does get temporary hit points.
Yeah, I don't get that benefit. I gotta find a different way to live forever.
And for that matter, I am against given the fact that I want more data on sentient items. I am going to pull out the shield and cast Identify on it.
You're gonna break the seal.
I
Sorry?
can make it drink its soul.
You're gonna pull the shield out. Okay.
Are you insane?
Even I kind of step in like, Merle?
I
Now-
cast whole person on him.
Oh, shit.
All right. So Merle starts. He pulls out.
Big long head.
You guys here? Well, it's about time you open me up. You haven't
No,
shoved
that's-
anything in my. Wait, no, you
That's
guys.
what
It's a
the
regular
Antichrist-
one. It's not the bag of scolding. It's a regular bag of holding, or is it the scolding?
Yes.
I forget.
It's just a regular
It's a
bag of
holding.
holding.
Okay.
Wait, is this an infusion or a actual bag of holding?
I think it's just a bag of holding that you had.
It's
That
just a sealed bag of holding. That was it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember the passcode? Because I think I do.
I don't.
Oh,
I,
God,
I,
the
I forgot there
passcode!
was.
Oh,
The character sure does.
And I didn't even write it down. I have a pretty good idea, but I just don't know.
Shit. I forgot it was
even-
sealed.
So, does anybody actually remember the password?
I don't fucking remember. It was something dumb.
I'm gonna be
I think it was
honest. I didn't
think it was
think it would come up again.
I think Silvera Savicus from Candlekeep put like a tongue twister as the passcode.
Yeah,
for
it was
the
literally
seal.
just a tongue twister. That was all I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that. I think I might have just said that. I don't think I actually gave you one. God, I hope I didn't. That'd be really terrible of me.
Holy shit.
So Merle does remember the tongue twister.
I stop him with whole person.
Okay, so he's gonna need a wisdom saving throw.
I think my head jokes on you. You're gonna run out of spell slots eventually.
He's gonna wait it out. So as you can,
oh my god.
so you can go ahead and give a save if you want, or you and then see if you resist it.
This is so funny.
Failed.
I failed.
So as you
Did
begin
you roll lower
opening it
than a
up,
15?
Yeah.
Okay.
as he begins to reach out, how does your hold person look? Is it like a spectral dragon claw or something, or just invisible?
He takes out a small straight piece of iron, and from his holy symbol, it just courses through his arm into the piece, and it just jets out towards Merle.
That's cool. And you get snagged, Merle. Clearly your pal's not super happy. So what do you got? 1 minute to talk some sense into him or whatever?
Well, for starters, I'm taking the bag of holding and putting it on me,
That's smart.
and then just backing away. I am not letting you risking. Do you recall those bandits that attacked us on the way to Candlekeep? If this thing got out of the bag of holding, they will surely come find us here in Avernus and attack us again. Probably with friends, devilish friends.
Can't talk back to you because I'm held, sucker.
Oh, I wasn't. Oh, he's just straight up scolding you for what you were about to stupidly do for an artificer.
However,
You don't know.
I
You don't
thought.
know about artificers, do you?
What?
You don't know about artificers, do you?
You know, for someone as smart as you, for an artificer, this has been the dumbest attempt you've ever done.
I don't know. We almost
I
exploded
thought
an
you were
entire
smarter
citadel.
than this.
Give it my top 10.
It's in your top 10 for sure.
12, actually.
Zorax just kind of is on the sidelines.
Are you gonna have any say in this, Zorax? Because if this thing gets out before we even try to barter this with Zariel, if that chance comes, who's to say that that Cambion that attacked us on the way to Candlekeep will come back with devilish friends?
You can kill him.
So you successfully stopped him from opening the bag.
Yeah.
You guys continue on your way. Are you putting up any fight with this, Merle?
Well, I'm a still held person, right?
Well, I'm assuming
it
we're
lasts a
time skipping
minute.
a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
it only lasts a minute. So the assumption is, once you're free, are you going to carry on your way, or are you going to wait till he runs out of spell slots? Because that's hilarious.
No, wait till we run out of spell slots.
So he's gonna attempt again.
All right, so
I draw my blade at Bahamut and point it towards him.
Oh shit!
It won't get on me.
Try me.
Oh god!
I have vows.
You have vows.
oh my god! Oh man, you just got outwitted.
You have vows. I can't believe that was just said. I can't.
So what's how does Chiron respond to that?
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Heavy laughter,
I don't either,
mostly.
but
I'm stunned. Zorax is visibly stunned, and he's seen some shit today. He's like, holy shit.
Lulu,
you have no idea.
Go ahead.
You have no idea how I got this far. Sure, I might break my vows, but I will do it for the greater mission.
Sure.
And that is to save El Terrell. And I will not let this thing fall into your hands just out of curiosity. We have a mission to do, and I'm gonna see to it that we're gonna succeed with or without you. And I'm willing to shed your blood on this blade for it.
Okay. All right, now Merle.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Wait, what exactly are you trying to do? We just saw you just try to pull out the shield. I don't quite remember what you were trying to do anymore. So much just
He
happened.
wants
No,
to play
you
with
don't
it. He wants to play with the powerful arcane artifact that has a monster bound inside of it.
Think.
You think what?
You think there might be it. That's what it is. We know it says it's something else. I don't think we ever quite figured out what was in there either.
Oh no, I know what was in there. You could just ask. I was possessed by it.
I also didn't cast Identify on it either.
Yeah, but I knew exactly what it was.
So it sounds like he just wants to cast Identify on it, that he doesn't want to release it. But the concern was it needed to be sealed because it was trying to persuade you to let it out.
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
take
we
it to
gotta-
somebody.
concern is-
I don't think it can get any worse.
My only concern is, does identify mean you have to touch the object, right?
That's what it said when he read it.
Ah, so I look towards Merle.
Okay with that.
So, just so you know, because it literally happened to me, and I know what you're trying to do now. If you try to touch this shield, it will instantly, and I mean this literally, instantly try to possess you.
That's about right.
Just so we're clear. You still want to go through with this?
Oh,
I say let him do it.
No! Have you forgotten the bandits that attacked us on the way to Candle Keep?
I mean, I don't.
They attacked us because we had that thing not in a bag of holding. This thing is what's preventing us from being attacked by that Cambion again.
Oh yeah, because they
okay,
get
two problems with that logic there. One, we're in hell. We weren't then.
That's
And
just
that
true.
thing transported out of existence when we had him on the ropes.
Did it?
And
It
I don't
teleported for all we know, and it could be back in somewhere in the Nine Hells for all we know.
Mm.
And there are magics that are beyond either of us here, for all we know, that they
Oh.
could know where the shield is outside of its bag, outside of the bag.
Mm.
I'm not one to take that risk
I am.
Well, I mean, if they come, we
at
just
the
kill them.
expense of our lives. We have a mission to do, and that is to free El Terrell. I am not going to do a risk based on your curiosity.
I mean, I'm kind of curious too.
Well, I am. Can I grapple you? To get the bag back.
He's gonna grapple you to get the bag back. Holy shit!
So are you trying
hey,
to grapple him, or are you trying to grab the bag from him?
What's the difference?
Well, one is grabbing him, and one is grabbing the bag.
I'm assuming he's just trying to grab the bag. I would assume, but I don't know.
I would say we'll treat it as a regular grapple check. Contested
Yeah, I guess
grapple
you're not
check.
really trying to be stealthy about it.
Hello, Kitty. Mm.
Can you beat my 8?
24.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So
As he
you...
tries that, I bring my blade right up to his neck.
Ooh.
Oh.
This is your final warning, Merle.
Grapple again.
Oh my god, he's actually doing it.
I think he's calling your bluff, bro.
What is it, Oathbreaker?
Just tell me when to roll initiative.
And I'm going to use my human aptitude.
You guys do notice, flying in the
Great.
skies, there's you can hear screeches and you see demons off in the distance. Along the distance you see a big billowing gust of smoke that's veering quickly across the landscape. You recognize the billows of smoke as the contraptions that you use to drive around. What did you
All right,
get?
and for the record, and I rolled a 23 for my strength check.
13.
And I think the gauntlet of ogre strength is now a lot more apparent than it was a second ago.
You made gauntlets of ogre strength.
Holy shit, Merle's buff all of a sudden. Big man.
He's like Popeye, but instead of eating spinach, he just flicks a switch.
Oh my god, that's awesome. What the fuck is
All right,
happening?
so
This
you're-
session
you're
is
able
not
to-
going
Yeah.
as at all expected.
You quickly rip the satchel from Chiron's hands. Do you
Put it in my
you
backpack.
Are you gonna speak the words to open it?
Yeah.
You said not yet?
Well, since we got company, so right now stop being the idiot.
We have company.
Well, no, they're
I
just
look
it's just in the distance. It's just driving around. Nobody's come up on you yet. I was just
Still
setting the
count it.
scene. All right. So you see, there's some monsters, flying overhead. You see a couple, demons and devils duking it out. Kind of, they're all kind of moving towards the way you guys are going. You guys continue the travel and the banter back and forth for another day or so. During which time, are you? You need to let me know when you're ready to open that, okay?
No.
Okay. You guys travel for a little while, and you are met eventually with an unexpected sight. You see a cavalry of men on flaming horses. These men are spectral forms of angels, celestials, and you recognize the person at their head. It is the one with whom you made a pact with, whose vehicle you destroyed.
Oh no.
You run
To
into...
be fair, we didn't blow it up.
It's like, what'd you do to my ride?
Yeah, he's just pissed. He's like, hey man.
Yeah, so he wasn't... so I'm trying to find the little section with all the people's...
Olanthius?
Yeah, I know, but there's more information than just that. There's other
Oh
other
no.
guys. I don't know how I feel about how this whole section's laid out. Not a fan.
Yeah, some of the campaign books can be a little weird.
No, it's
Sometimes.
D&D Beyond.
That too.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be easier to it should be easier to navigate than it is, which is weird because when I look at it, it seems super great, but then when I actually try to use it, it's not so much. But that might be just because I'm used to books. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And it's a different kind of format. My navigation skills
I just
aren't
know
exactly
they
pro.
talk about them jumping around through multiple chapters back and forth constantly, just to keep track of what's going on in that scene
Well,
sometimes.
and that's kind of the issue I normally have, which is why I went ahead and got, even though I've got the book, I went ahead and got the D&D Beyond one, but thinking, oh, it'll benefit me to be able to click and go everywhere, but then if I don't know exactly where the one thing was, can't find it. At least with a book, eventually I run out of pages.
So we've had a long rest between our fight and somewhere between our travels.
Yeah, you guys are just duking it out verbally for the most part at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Like an abyssal chicken. Ah, yeah. So, couldn't remember the name of the group. They're the Hell Riders.
Yeah.
So they're all on these flaming horses. Some are floating in the sky.
Oh
and
no.
They go. Shit, I don't remember what voice I gave their captain guy. That doesn't matter. Kind of with
Well, it's
the,
kind of like a Native American guy like this.
it's kind of
like a
sound like like a chief. All right, so Olanthius walks or gallops on his nightmarish horse. Flames coming out
Oh, I
of the
think the biker
hooves.
gang.
Huh?
I was thinking the biker gang.
No, this is the Hell Riders that serve Zariel.
Right.
He says, "So, I take it you weren't able to get the Sword of Zariel, huh?"
I point to Zorax.
Well, I'm afraid we got some good news and we got some bad news.
Well, at least there's still hope.
The bad news is we destroyed your. The bad news is we destroyed your sweet ride. I missed that thing. It was beautiful.
That's a shame. I really like that.
Was.
When old Bessie
The good news
here
is
and
we-
he hits the horse or
Yep.
hits the nightmare, old Bessie here is getting up in there in age and she's not as swift as she used to be.
To be fair, we had no choice from a bunch of devil riders who were using
Got-
multiple of those contraptions to force us into a death race.
Yes, I've been there. That's why I hang on to old Bessie most of the time because they don't generally bother me. But let me tell
The
you,
good news is we did find the sword and we did pull it out.
well then where is it?
I point to Zorax's
yes.
hand.
That's the other bad news.
I kind of look at it, and I look at him. I look back at the sword.
Yeah.
You must be
And I
dumber
just-
than I thought because that is certainly not the Sword of Zariel. You can hear
Nah,
whimpering
it was
coming
me,
from
but-
behind Merle's pack. Poor a little trumpeting
Yeah,
noise coming from the back. And you're gonna hear, "You're not gonna believe what they did," is coming all muffled from inside.
So we're clear, when she says they mean him.
Oh,
Got good notes
well,
on it.
we came here to help and help you redeem Zariel. Isn't that what part of what you went? All of us, and you see, you've got a small army of spectral Hellrider ghosts atop these horses. These
I'm not
nightmares.
sure that's going to be an option anymore because this one's divine shadows corrupted the sword.
I'm sorry, what? How is that
That
even
is-
I don't
possible?
have nobody.
That is what's left of the sword of Zariel. Whatever shadows that empowers him corrupted the sword
I'm
into what you see now.
going to be honest with you. I
If
also
you don't believe
didn't
me,
think
you
I
can
would
just
survive
clear it
this.
with him.
A thunderous voice takes over. Minion! I like that man's ride. Acquire it for me now.
I just say, shut up.
Every great king needs a steed. Now, purchase, commandeer, whatever it takes. Do it now, minion.
I swear I'm going to break this thing.
You guys have no idea. I keep texting him random shit.
Yeah, like he's tried to tell me to kill the both of you like 3 times already.
Only 3?
Only 3, but it's
I've
still
been
3 too
reserved.
many.
So he.
I look at the night. You wouldn't happen to know any of possible rituals of purification by any happenstance, do you?
In Avernus.
I didn't say the odds are high.
I don't know about Avernus. I can think of a few places in the shit. What is the name of the celestial land?
I have no idea.
It was Elysium.
Elysium. I could think of a few places in Elysium and maybe on the mortal plane, but not here in Avernus. That's for sure.
That's too long.
Redeeming Zariel.
Yeah, did you forget about that? That was the hope with that sword, yet your shadows corrupted it.
Yes, however, if somehow, this is so out there and I hate it, but you know what? This could be a weird plot hook we're going with. What if Zariel went back to Elysium and somehow they accepted her? And
They'll
what if
never
she...
Do I have any knowledge of this?
No, probably not. None of us know anything about Elysium. We never searched it up.
I have proficiency in religion.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
Can I certainly
know.
try?
You can give me a check with disadvantage.
Oh, stink.
I certainly wouldn't have any knowledge on it. And I'm an Asmar. It's a 1.
Hey, you know, I'm German, but I don't know shit about Germany. Other than their place where Nazis come from. Well, and the ones in America.
But
Let me think about that for a second myself. Religion, right?
Are you trained in religion? It's the only reason I let him roll. If you're trained, go
Okay.
ahead. But if you're not, oh, nice.
but the idea,
What'd you get?
anyway, there. Did you roll, Merle?
No, not Merle. What did
I rolled a 1.
He rolled a 1.
Oh, yeah, you know what Elysium is. You know that there's angels come from there, but beyond that, your knowledge is pretty thin on the subject.
The point is, let me get my thoughts out a little bit. The idea that I'm thinking of is if we wanted to still redeem Zariel, if she returned to Elysium, surely with the combined power of other archangels, assuming more exist, they could save her from being fallen.
Lulu floats out of her little thing. Still, her golden face is like got cherry red running down her little elephant face. Clearly she's been crying a lot. She says, "Well, you know, I don't think they'll let her in, but if you."
It's Zariel.
She would have to want to go too, and they would probably just kill her. I don't know. What have you done? The Death Knight.
The only things I can think of too is if we had like a plane shift spell or even gate in theory, but I don't have either one of those memorized, and I know for a fact you two do not. At least with gate, some like creature from another realm, and that leaves a hole open. For time being, anyway.
Well, we could find someone to shift planes, but not here. Probably
Olanthius says, I'm going to be honest. The best hope that we had for redemption for Zariel and for us to be put to rest was the Zariel's holy blade. It is clearly no more. So, the best option then, likely for us, is to return to our tome and await and suffer. And you can see the fireballs in his eyes kind of dim. You can tell that it's some sort of a bit of sorrow. He says, "We will never rest unless there's a fight to be had, I suppose. The hope was that we would go with you and return to redeem Zariel. But without the blade, I do not know. Your ideas, they sound like they could work, but it would be a slim chance."
Now, here's an idea. Clearly, we have established precedence for sentient magical items. We also have an established precedence for beings being trapped inside magical items. What if we trap Zariel inside one of those magic items to keep her contained?
And how do you propose we do that?
Oh, shut up.
That idea literally never crossed my mind, and that's actually kind of smart. Trapping it in... I mean, if Devil Lords can get trapped inside a shield, why not an Archduchess? Who's to say?
He says, so, you wish to trap her within an object?
And what good would that do to Elturel? That has been our mission from the start.
It's on our to-do list.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know how it would work. We could still communicate with her, probably. And if she's trapped there and unable to get out, she'd probably be more willing to tell us where the contract is, so that way we can get rid of it in exchange for her to get back out. We clearly don't care what happens in here.
How do we trap her in the first place?
Well, that's the question.
The magic makes her portable and take her somewhere else to be purified.
That works as well.
Shit, Merle, give me an Arcana check, please. Right now.
Holy shit.
D12? Okay, that's not very good. That's still a 16. No, 17.
So at this moment you're able to jump in and think, if you were able to get a look at how that shield bound that creature, you might be able to figure something out.
Okay.
Wait,
Train
I do you relay that information to me, Merle? I mean, I guess why
Yes.
would you? But okay, cool, awesome. I was like, wait, I remember what was trapped in that shield. There was originally an angel inside that shield. He didn't lie about that part. He just made a deal with it and got tricked. At least I'm pretty sure.
I thought he was some sort of
He
fiend
is,
that was trapped in the first place, and he was.
but he fought, or
he-
there was like a fight. I do recall this part. There was like a fight, and a deal, something happened or something. I don't remember, but something did actually happen. I'm pretty sure where they did transfer. I could be wrong though. I guess history check. I don't know.
Sure, go ahead.
It's only a 12.
You recall the creature on the inside telling you that there was a battle and between him and this fiend, and he ended up, it was supposed to trap the fiend and it trapped him instead.
Nah, I relay that to them. Never mind.
Now, once you relay that to him, give me a history check.
I have
Chiron.
history.
Chiron.
I have history.
I definitely do not have history.
20 total.
So after he tells this to you, you could have swore that during the discussion at the library that the being inside, it was told to you that the being inside wasn't an angel but was a fiend. So now you guys have conflicting information.
You two have conflicting information. That thing inside the shield is a fiend. It was lying to us to be some sort of angelic entity.
Now,
Named Alastair. I'm pretty sure.
it was
Alistair.
Alastair, who cares?
But your information came from two different places. You have Zorax, who was actually talking to the creature, and then Chiron and Merle got their information from the enchantress at the library. Mm-hmm.
And she saw right through that thing.
Did she?
I mean, yeah. I think. I don't know.
she just told you what she knew. Is that any different than what the angel told him? I don't think anybody challenged what she said. So
No.
as a DM, I'm telling you, you don't have enough evidence. You don't have enough to know which side is right or wrong. I mean, you have no reason not to believe the enchantress from the library, but you also have no reason not to believe the creature trapped inside. Well, I guess it is trapped in there, so that does give it a little bit less of a...
Yeah.
But the story checks out. Anyway, so kind of derailing a little bit. Where's my little stat block here?
Oh God, we're gonna have to fight this guy, are we?
No. I was going to look for the
pissed.
page with his the character. He says, Olanthius says, I think there is something to that. But as your friend here has said, there's even if you manage to trap her, is that going to ensure the restoration of Elturel? I mean, a few more days and it'll be dragged into River Styx anyway.
We have a possible way to break the chains.
Yeah, the sword.
Probably work.
I see.
Even then, with her trapped, that gives us an extra leverage of bargaining against her to at least even potentially find the contract. Even once all that's resolved, we can at least take her somewhere without being harassed by her, mind you. Can potentially help us find a way to purify her.
Angles in that one. That's funny. He says, either way, both of these ideas seem like worthy causes. And while we cannot redeem Zariel, the way we intended. Maybe there is hope, but I'm gonna be honest. If you're looking to save Elturel, it's almost drowning, and it's a few more days, and it'll be drowned within the river Styx. So I do not know
Man.
how much time you have. That is why we have ridden out to meet you. We knew of
Then
your
we destroy the chains.
plight, and we thought that you would need
Well-
swift steeds. And they look at some of the horses, and he nods, and some of the spectral warriors bring up a couple nightmares. Obviously, Merle doesn't need one if he doesn't want one, but there is one if he decides he wants to not fly of his own accord.
Okay.
I say we
These are
destroy the
freaking fast.
chains. The bartering with Zariel is just a backup. That was my intent. I wanted to destroy the chains with that sword as the breaker of chains.
Hmm. That might be the best option
so-
anyway.
And we would be greatly and we would be and you would be receiving our utmost gratitude in helping us accomplish that with your bound soldiers. If you can.
I like the Death Knight. Quick question: how much experience do you have with rituals in general?
What, can you say that again for me? I'm sorry.
I like it at the Death Knight. So, generally speaking, how much experience do you have with rituals in general? Because I can't count these two knuckleheads for the most part.
What kind of
Excuse
ritual are you talking about? I think your friend with the bright glowing sword is offended.
That doesn't take much.
That is true. I have learned that while I wasn't a holy person, I have learned that in my days they've become more and more irritating. And then poor Zorax hears, "I know, feed me!"
I'm just like, I am about to just throw this sword and let someone else fucking take it. Not really, of course, but
You can certainly try. Remember when I ever
Because,
see
like
the
I said,
mask?
we have a shield with the Archfiend trapped inside it.
I see. So, I suppose it could work. But it's
This-
worth a shot, I
the fiend
suppose.
inside-
Maybe we can study it and practice on the way to Relturel. Or
Exactly. And the way I see it, and I need somebody to help keep me balanced out, if you will, as the thing tries to take over, if you know what I mean.
I see.
I mean, I am still next to you, and I do have a inspiring aura, we'll say, to keep you afloat.
Not to kill me yet, agent.
Seems pretty sketchy there. All right. So
Well, I
it
mean, the
says-
fact that I just have aura of protection gives him 5 wisdom. That's what I'm trying
Okay.
to say.
And I have protection from evil and good.
Oh yeah, we just have that. We can just literally not get him possessed. Huh.
Yep.
Wow. Well that changes things, because then I'm not worried about this. Give him the fucking shield!
I have the shield.
Well, since we're surrounded by a Death Knight and his subordinates, I guess that Campion won't try to attack us. I look to Merle. with
I mean,
glare.
if it tries to attack us, if we can't deal
I'm
with
not worried
it,
anyway.
the Death Knight will. I'm just saying.
What?
Alright, first. So
gonna-
identify it is, and then
Yeah, we're gonna identify the shield.
All right, then I
Yeah.
cast. Wait, are we doing this now?
Yeah. So you
Uh,
guys need to. So what? So you're casting aura of
No.
protection from good and evil, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So who's casting that? Because it's concentration, and that's going to be
I am.
important. All right. So
I am. Concentration, 10 minutes.
all right. Who is pulling? And Merle has the shield out. You spoke the tongue twister.
Rubber
who is
baby Bucky bumpers.
Is that what it was?
I think so.
Rubber baby. I can't even say it.
Maybe by good bumpers.
Anyways, and what is Zorax doing while he's this is being identified for
Standing vigil, I would imagine.
Okay.
Yep. I'm actually kind of like looking at you guys and being like, well, I wonder what happens if Merle gets possessed.
What is the cast time on your or what is the cast time on identify?
It's
When I use it as a ritual,
Ritual,
11 minutes.
So you're casting it as a ritual, right? To save a spell slot. All right, so
Yes. I don't have
But-
many.
so you guys
Protection
that
from
means-
Evil Good only lasts for 10 minutes.
I'll take over afterwards.
Okay.
Then you wait a minute to cast it.
see, that's what I get for clarifying shit. Because that was the surprise I was going for. Just as he figures it out, the protection spell ends in a rush of darkness. But you done goofed. He's like, wait, it only lasts 10 minutes. This is why I hate being the DM and have to clarify. She's been like, you done dug your own grave, bitches.
Yeah, I'll
Anyways.
take the spell slot and do it.
All right, so both Chiron and Zorax surround Merle, and Merle pulls out all his little gizmos and gadgets and everything, little lasers and tablets and all this little gizmo stuff that starts worrying. He reaches in, he pulls out, and as soon as you reach in and pull it out, God, fucking protection from good and evil. Damn it!
Yeah, you literally can't do anything about it.
Yeah, you suck. All right, it comes out and you hear this bellowy, kind of billowy voice. He goes, "Finally, I am back. Have you found a way to free me from this prison? We have a battle.
Kill you.
We have a battle. No. It's not your sword. This is for Merle. I'll change it up
okay.
a little bit so it's not the same." He goes, so Merle, you hear this very angelic voice, and it comes with a nice kind of almost sing-song. He says, "Finally, have you found a way to free me? It has been
First off, if you want us to even think about freeing you even for a moment, you're gonna have to start being honest about yourself, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was completely honest with the masked man. Zorax,
As he
I believe.
notices the mask is completely off now. If he can't see, I don't fucking know.
No, they can't. He can't see. He's got like a
It has to
blind
have, I think the
sense.
shield has to have physical contact with a wielder in order to tell. That's my.
So
It's
weird.
just like the other one.
That's my.
You mean the masked man you took over? The masked man that told us what you really are and not what you say you are? That masked man?
What? I do not know what it is you speak of. All I've told.
Yes, you do.
I'm telling you right now. All that I wish for is to be free, so that I can help fight against the Brood War. I need to help end it.
Yeah, we know. First off, I want to know how you got trapped in here in the first place.
Well, I was fighting a powerful pit fiend. My allies and I. And we planned a ritual. The ritual was designed to trap the pit fiend within this object. But unfortunately, not all went as planned. And now I am here.
Where's the pit fiend?
Which one?
When you try to trap.
Oh, the pit fiend that they tried to trap? He could be
Yeah.
anywhere.
Like in here?
Motherfucker, dude. He goes,
Girl's not stupid.
Yeah, Merle's not dumb. That's the thing. Zorax was definitely like, he's a little above average intelligence, but he's, gullible.
he goes, and I can't, let's see if I can worm my way out of this.
You can certainly try.
I see what you did there. How did you word it?
Like the one in here.
And where might here be? Avernus?
Inside the shield, you idiot. I've
Roll
been dealing
call.
with devils for the past couple of weeks. You got nothing on them.
And then all of a sudden, it just drops all pretenses and says, "Fine. You want me? I'm here. Free me, and I will give you power. Power beyond your wildest dreams.
got a better
Serve
idea.
me, and we will
got a better-
conquer all as my
Bro-
servant.
Bro's trying to talk to you.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
whatever. But I got a better idea. How well do you think you can pitch yourself against a Archduke of Hell?
Who are we talking about?
Let's say it's Azrael, and for that matter,
Don't you mean sorry?
How well do you
Zariel?
Ariel, yes.
Well, I haven't gone up against anyone quite that powerful on my own before. But I suppose I could do something. Put a wound on her. Bring her to her knees. Yes. That is within my
How well do you think-
power.
How well do you think you'd help us trap her inside the shield if we spring it loose?
Oh, this
I like
is
this going.
juicy. Fight Zariel, the leader of Avernus, for my freedom. Oh,
You know,
this I
I
like.
was gonna say this could be totally up his alley because he loves to fight, just like I do. I mean, we were good friends, kinda. I just didn't
You
want
were-
to be possessed by a shield.
I was gonna say you were more of a puppet, honestly.
Yeah.
He goes,
Now,
fight for
Let
my
me do two things,
freedom,
then.
conquer the Avernus. Yes, I can make a deal for that.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll need to know two things then. One, how to spring you out of here, and two, the ritual that is needed to trap something inside here, and not in that order. And I will need it, both of them completely honestly. You know it.
He starts a complex description of the ritual that will be needed. Specifically, it requires the sacrifice of a celestial. Is the most
Oh.
noticeable requirement.
Know of any other substitute that can be used in place of a sacrifice of a celestial?
Zorax looks over to Lulu.
Oh no!
You're not there.
You don't hear this conversation.
Oh damn it!
No, it's only the person that's touched it. He goes,
Damn. Well, no. Well, oh yeah, I guess it's telepathic. Damn,
because
telepathy's dumb. I was like, damn, I could be savage right now.
Unless it's a Pokemon.
gotta catch them all.
Shit. All right, fine.
Actually, can I figure out a substitute?
Intelligence check.
Sure, can I? And I figure out those. And I figure
Give-
out
give-
crystals that I
I'm not
got
even
were
gonna-
powerful enough.
I'm not even gonna make you give me a check because you've already learned that the human will is just as great as any divine essence.
Oh shit!
Ah, crap.
Oh fuck!
The will of mortals can be just as powerful. The
Man, I really
problem
kinda
is
crack this game open.
the problem is finding a creature that has the will.
I'm gonna say this as a player.
More willing to be-
Go ahead. I didn't hear him.
Apparently, one willing to be sacrificed.
What were you gonna say, Austin?
I was gonna say. I mean, I just kind of had the willpower to take over a sword. So, would that be totally in question to say I could willpower against a guy in a shield?
Are you asking me as a DM?
Eh,
You can try.
it's more just It's more conjecture more than anything. Like I don't know. It's like the thought is out there. Like I've already
Well,
done
let's
this.
let's
but
just be
that was with a
clear.
plot point.
You used a plot point.
Yes, I'm aware.
There's only one person with one of
And
those
also
left.
for the Yep.
Hmm.
And last I checked, trapping a archdemon inside a shield is not a mech suit. Anyway.
Yeah.
And also, can I identify what kind of fiend is inside here? Now it's finally being honest with me.
It is a pit fiend.
It's a pretty big
They
boy.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
nasty one.
He's pretty big. It's pretty scary, actually.
Okay, so, and you know how to, and I assume you also know how to have someone let you out of here, correct?
Yes. Of course, I know how to break the enchantment.
Okay, you say you know how to break the enchantment, but we also know you're not known for being honest either.
What? I have not lied to you.
Oh, really? I can think of a dozen lies that you probably said within the past 5 minutes, let alone the lies you tried Zorax when you had him taken over.
I never lied. Sure, I might
More like
only tell half truths, but I never lied.
close enough.
I would disagree. Anyway, so you guys are on horseback or on nightmare back, flying over the land while this is happening towards the El Terrell. Probably off in the distance, like a sun setting on the horizon. You can see El Terrell is just barely floating above the
River Styx?
the river Styx, the green oozy ichor with the soul-like things drifting in it. It's still a little bit of ways away, but you can now see this massive battleground below you as you soar over top of it. You see demons and devils soaring through the air, spears flying. You see these little driving machines just plowing through demons left and right. The battle is ongoing, and that's kind of where you're at the moment. He does share with you what he knows on how to a ritual that can do it. But the big details you're gonna need is it's a swap that has to take place. Basically, you can free him.
Swap, huh?
Yeah, you can free him and pull something else in. But in either case, it's going to require a powerful source of divine energy, or in this case, mortal willpower, or something along those lines. It's much easier to find divine essence than it is a mortal that's strong enough and willing to make the ultimate sacrifice, sort of thing, and has the willpower to do it.
I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather deal with the pit fiend than Zariel.
No, yeah,
I'm
I'd
not
agree with
making
that.
I'm not making any more deals with the devil.
It's been working
And
out so
asking you
good
to.
for you.
I mean, he's kind of right.
What you're talking about worked out great for me.
Yeah.
Or more accurately, you guys, the one I made.
So at this moment, we're gonna shift focus.
Oh.
Oh.
The battle that's raging below you. You see, you're surrounding the companion, the Azure Crows. You guys have surrounded the companion. You've been viciously trying to strike at the chains to bust, bind, and break them, but you can't. At the same time, you're having to fend off flying demons and devils as they assault you left and right. You're aching. You each have 2 levels of exhaustion from the ongoing battle and only 1/4 of your maximum hit points. You're exhausted, you're taxed, and off in the distance, you can spot. Does anybody have any like farsight ability or anything? Somebody that can like see really
No.
far. I don't think so.
You said how much health points?
You're at 1/4 whatever your max is. I ain't gonna bother trying to figure out exactly where you were at before, but
Yeah,
you've been.
that's up to us.
The idea is you've been battling, trying to break these chains to free El Terrell. and you have had no luck. And you look off in the distance and you see a terrifying sight. A sky full of something, flaming winged creatures. Or no, I don't think nightmares don't have wings, do they?
No.
They're
Okay.
just horses.
You see flaming horses off in the distance with hundreds and hundreds of riders at their helm, flying towards the battle. You're exhausted, you're taxed, you're breathing heavily, you've got bumps, bruises, scratches all over your body. Your armor has just taken massive damage in them, and you have not made a single dent in these chains. You're certain within the next hour the chains will pull Elturel into the River Styx.
I thought we had the keys.
We're not those players.
That's the
Azure Crows.
Azure Crows that have the keys, right?
Yeah. We're still the original characters. Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
No,
I thought
we switched to the Azure Crows, but I forgot about the key thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I totally
thought we
forgot
were-
about the key. Okay, right. So,
okay.
yeah, we're good. Okay, so, you guys have still been battling. You're still worn out. You're able to in each side of each chain is these big giant almost like locks, but they're intricate. So you slide these poles into it, and you hear a click across every single one. What's that?
We're in Great Juanita.
Yeah.
A burst of light spews out from a blinding light spews out from the companion. And you can see cracks. You can see cracks forming along the companion, and bright light is spewing from it, like an egg that's been dropped. You were able to unlock the chains, and the companion has stopped dragging. I have to figure out how best to do this.
Terrell.
How do you want to do this?
Okay, I got it. So I think your keys only unlock the companion, which is holding. Yeah, okay. So it cracks like an egg, light illuminates and bursts out of every single orifice. And shit. And for some reason, the chains, while they're unlocked, are still attached to the Elturel. Let me check something. Make sure I got that right, because I don't remember.
Go ahead and check, DM. That's what we're here for.
Okay, what kind of check?
I need an intelligence check at the moment.
From Merle?
Me.
Or
From me. My brain
No, for him.
my brain fell apart.
I'll roll a 2.
That ain't looking good for the DM.
Okay, I got it. All right. I got it. All right. So, as the light, the companion cracks like an egg, light is radiating from it. You hear a loud clink, and several, almost all of the chains disconnect from Elturel. There's one chain that does not disconnect.
What?
And you're not sure why. You turned it just like you did. You guys surrounded it, and you all turned the keys. I think there was 9. There was 9 spots, I think. Was there 8? I don't know. I don't remember how many there was.
Gave us a number.
What's that?
Also like a dozen. I could be wrong.
Yeah, there was a lot of them. But anyways, so you click them all. Almost all except for one detaches. And you see that it's got it's almost like it's jammed. is any of the Azure Crows proficient in either, well, thieves' tools probably, or any sort of complex artisan tools? I think.
I have to ask.
I may have one option.
Yeah, I think
Scarmore.
the
We have
rogue
probably
is.
hook guy.
I was gonna say, doesn't Raven? Is it Raven? Shit, what's his name?
Raven the Crow.
Raven the Crow, I think, has thieves' tools, right?
Well,
Oh yeah.
he's looking at. He's like, this motherfucker.
All right, so you move on over and
Nah, I just
with your grappling hook,
yeah.
you swing your grappling hook. You swing on up over to the
Tie
last
myself
one,
around it real quick, and I'm like, ugh.
and you're trying to look through these giant holes. You wrap some line around you. You hook yourself to the edge, and you start tinkering with it. And you've never seen a mechanism like this. I need you to give me
Yeah, it's at disadvantage no matter what. So here we go.
yeah, I need a thieves' tools check.
I would have Investiture of Wind up.
Mm-hmm.
So could I help him be stable as I'm flying, carrying him?
Yeah, you mean grant him
No.
advantage?
No. Let me be
Will
at
that help?
disadvantage. You want to know why?
Why?
I got the lucky feat. I want 3 dice. Don't make me have 2.
I'm
Don't help
helping
me.
him.
Don't help me.
Off in the distance, Garmor and Joram see the horses are getting closer and closer. They're starting to engage several of the devils. A battle is taking place mid-air, this massive scramble. You see them flying left, right, crashing to the ground, spouts of fire flying out of them as they get closer and closer to the companion.
Well-
Rolled natural 20.
Of course you
What?
did.
Yeah, I rolled 3 fucking dice. Of course I did.
All right, so you get kind of annoyed because your tools aren't working, so you reach into a grapple and grab one of your grappling hooks and you wedge it in there and kind of pull like a lever with a loud clink, and light burst out of this thing. The whole entire thing cracks open. A golden light is. Hang on a second.
Raven's just like this. I can't believe that fucking worked.
I need to check.
Like when the traveler awoke from its slumber in Destiny 2.
Mhm.
Who would have guessed that ancient tools just needed to be used against an ancient artifact? Grappling hooks.
Grappling hooks. I envision you use it. You used it much like a. Fuck! I am
Like I
just
just jam it in there and just pull.
Yeah, what is a crowbar for the fuck?
Yeah.
And so as this thing bursts with light, the light slowly begins to fade.
Huh.
And you see a creature with this greenish tint skin, with these golden gauntlets on, bald head, and a white wrap around its lower half, almost like a half a toga. And the light is radiating from him. Does anybody have religion?
Nope.
Haha, Raven does.
All right, Raven, give me a religion check.
I'm at disadvantage still. I'll use the lucky feat.
Are you?
I got one.
Yeah, because you guys are got levels of exhaustion.
Oh.
Yeah.
23.
Oh well, shit. All right. Also 23.
You guys immediately recognize this as a weapon of the gods.
Huh?
A planetar. They are
Seems
used to call down rain during droughts and loose insect plagues to devour crops. They are there to do the will of their deities. They are the radiant power that they're flaming sword of the gods, so to speak. The companion, this powerful device that was used to protect and ward off the undead from Elturel. That what changed was the creature inside of it was bound and imprisoned and was a captured planetar. You can see he's looking. He looks worn and exhausted. He's breathing really heavily, and you hear an echoey boom. She has imprisoned me. I am free. She will suffer the wrath of the gods. Turning back to the Crimson Exiles,
Huh.
Yes.
you guys are you've
Brandon's
got
just like, man, I've seen some weird shit today.
you've got some you guys got a good idea, a way to potentially trap Zariel if you want. You guys are
Okay.
flying near towards the companion overhead. At this point, there is just a massive battle going on around you. The soldiers from the Hell Riders are flying on
Nightmares.
their nightmares. Battle is going left and right, and you are easily just a few hundred feet away from the companion as you notice this shell cracks around it, and then a moment later, it bursts a light. This magnificent, muscular, light green tin creature is standing there. You guys,
Because of Chiron's acolyte background, would he know what that is?
I'm gonna say you guys know what it is because of your studying automatically in
Candlekeep.
Candlekeep. So you guys instantly recognize one of the weapons of the gods, a planetar. It now all of a sudden makes sense. The companion was an imprisoned planetar that was using somebody harnessed its radiant energy to keep away the evil in the area around Elturel. And it imprisoned it. It frees up. It shouts how it's it's been imprisoned, but it looks terrible. The people that are surrounding it look exhausted. They barely look like they can hold themselves up. And as it rises up, hang on, I gotta find this.
Hey, Alistair, does that count as a divine source of power?
I was gonna say, hey Merle, that's a celestial.
We are not doing that.
Oh my God! Did you guys just consider re-imprisoning something that just got free, or sacrificing it?
Oh, more asking for help.
Okay, so at that moment,
Oh, I thought about sacrificing.
I gotta
Hold on,
find
wait.
something here. Hang on.
True to Zorak's nature, I was like, oh yeah, we could just take this thing and put it in there. Genius. Though I
I
guess
will
Zorax
kill
is
both your characters.
not
to
if I kill
not
you
do that.
first.
I can kill you faster than you can kill me.
As this battle is going on, Merle, something unique catches your eye down below. You see this giant mechanical contraption just stumping. I mean, it's huge, just making its way on the forest, and you see that it's picking up dead corpses and flinging it onto its back and impaling it on these massive, like, metal spikes that are on its back as it's walking through and picking up the corpses and just flinging them on its back to stick them to, essentially cleaning up the mess. And then you realize in the distance you can see several of them just walking by. It doesn't matter if it's devil or demon or celestial, it's just placking it right on its back. Collecting all the cadavers that are lying around.
A core machine.
It's
A corpse machine.
a cadaver collector. I thought he would appreciate that. So as this planetar reigns free,
I wonder how much those demon blood is collected.
what do you guys? What is your plan now? You've come all this way. You were concerned.
Do I see the Azure Crows?
You do. They look worn, torn. They're probably 100. They're a long distance away, about 100 feet or so.
Raven.
I need a perception check from everybody. Oh, go ahead.
By Bahamut's blessing, I know that druid.
Raven.
Perception check from the exiles.
Go ahead.
Is it perception? Okay.
What's he trying to do? He said something, but I wasn't
that's
really
the roll.
listening.
I'm not doing anything.
Uh,
You asked a
18
perception check from the exiles, right?
Yeah, you're the exiles right now.
Okay.
18
yeah.
for Chiron, and Chiron was saying, "I know that druid."
23
for Zorax.
Okay, why is everyone rolling perception checks?
You asked us.
Told
Yeah, you recognize them. I don't think you. Did I say you needed a perception check to recognize them?
No. I
No,
think
you
you
just
just told
have
us to make us a perception check. Real
Oh,
quick.
duh, I'm an idiot. To see if you spot this, I'm a moron. I'm like, all right. So, as you guys are in this battle, these things are flying around you. You can see commanders of these armies. You can see the giant banners. One of the banners is of you recognize from your battle with Yinagu. You see the same sigil in a banner as a massive group of demonic gnolls are leading the charge. His banner's flying on one side, and on the other side is the banner of this chick you've been chasing, Zariel. Zariel's banner on the other side as these two war battles are colliding around you. What do you want to do?
I want to go straight to the companion.
Same.
All right,
I mean, that's
you're
the good idea.
you're you're shit. The stupid horses you're on. Your flying mounts, the nightmares.
Nightmares.
You guys swoop in and out. You're dodging the best you can to avoid it. Avoid all the spears and arrows and gouts of fire and all the stuff that's just kind of surrounding you throughout this process. You guys swoop in. You get within. What's that?
Yeah, manifesting an arcane cannon, by the way.
Okay. You get close and you get within probably like 30 or 40 feet of the planetar, and he instantly turns and says, "I did not expect for my prison to be broken by mortals. Impressive."
He says that. Oh, okay. I was like, that sounded bad. Zorx is about to get real pissy.
He says,
No one expects the Crimson Exiles.
now
We didn't.
The Azure Crow.
the Azure Crows look at you and say, or look at him, he looks at you guys in the Azure Crows and he says, "I fear it may be too far gone for this city. I am sorry to see it go."
Of Eltro.
Yeah, Chainbreaker.
What?
The
Yeah,
chains.
the chains did break already by the time you got here. So you brought your chain breaker. He says, he's lawful good, so he would say, "Zariel has to be stopped. This war needs to be brought to an end. But first we need to find a way to save this city. It does
How?
not belong here."
We have a couple ideas about that, actually.
"Count me intrigued," he says with his little bald head and tilts his head towards you.
He's like, hey, wait a minute.
Bartering her for a shield that is imprisoned some sort of pit fiend.
One giant soul for a bunch of little souls.
So you
Just
want
swap
to
swap the
swap
place
the
to-
prison? You want to swap her for the creature trapped inside? I can
No.
smell its filth.
Trade
that was
the
another
shield for Elturel. Give her a pit fiend, and we get Elturel. What's left of it?
What was she want to pitch you for?
I don't know. So, it's fealty.
Maybe. It is a high-ranking lord, as far as we are aware.
Right, but aren't
But the definite idea that I like more is imprisoning her in the shield.
Does
Which is
your
definitely
character say
harder.
that?
do because
Yes, he does.
The planetar says,
it makes her portable. It gives us leverage against anything, any demands we want to make against her, including getting details in the location of the contract that's holding Elturel here in the first place. And C, given the portable nature of the shield, we can take her somewhere else to be purified.
I wonder if the Planetar likes the idea of Zariel being purified.
"I will let you know in just a second."
Because it depends. Is he extremely vehement against her? Or is he like, wait, no, but we could redeem her. That's a good idea too. Two very different things about a man who's been in prison for hundreds of years.
He says, "This idea locking her away like she did to me. It pleases me.
That's not very lawful good of you.
It is.
I don't see why it wouldn't be. She's evil. He's not.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
The name is Devar,
Devar.
and I believe this plan has merit. But alas,
Select you already.
the first we have to do is we have to raise the city up before it gets any closer sunken into into the river Styx.
I look over to Alanth.
Right, and it's
I just look to Alanthius, look at his men. No, that's not going to work.
Couldn't we just put the companion in reverse? Yoink it.
He says, I will see what I can do. His white wings explode out from him, and he dives under it. You can hear the screaming and the bellowing and aching of the people from Avernus that are falling off the edge as it's tilting in and falling into the river Styx. And he flies
Let's back him
underneath
up.
it just like Superman. And he gets a hold of it. You see the whole thing kind of tremble for a second. He says, and you hear this. You hear his voice telepathically through you. He says, "I may need some help. I am
about a
weak."
couple of hundred.
What?
About a couple of hundred.
Okay. Are you and the who?
Galanthius and his men?
But definitely his men.
They're currently engaged with all of the devils and stuff that are
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to kill everybody. Specifically, the ones that are now swooping in to try to kill the Planetar while he's trying to lift it.
Hmm.
He says,
So
I may be able to lift it, but I need help fending him off while I do. I can only hold it so long. Can you
well,
defend me,
might be best to
heroes?
take down Zariel.
Wait. Why don't we just protect from good and evil him?
Sanctuary.
Or Sanctuary?
That doesn't stop him from attacking, does it?
Actually, Sanctuary very much does that.
Yeah, Sanctuary does actually just do that.
Doesn't it just require a save?
Does it
You
a save?
attacked him in the first place, yes.
Yeah, so they can still attack, but they have to make a save.
If they fail to save, they gotta attack something else.
Yeah,
Do
which is
nothing.
fine. There's lots of targets, but it doesn't stop them from attacking, is what I was making sure.
Garmor.
Not outright.
We just have to hit him, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hit the other bad guys. Okay.
So
Well- I was going to have Garmor fly down via Investiture of Wind, wild shape into an earth elemental, and help the Planetar.
can you fly?
Just lift-
That's what Investiture of Wind does.
Hell yeah. Okay. So Garmor shifts
Yeah,
his
that
body into a stone golem, like the rock
Earth
elemental,
elemental.
with a big gust of wind underneath him, and you plop up right up next to the Planetar, and he says, "Thanks. It was heavier than I thought." Mind you, you're holding it.
yeah, an entire
An entire city, right? As he starts rising up. I think that's where we're going to end for now, because this is going to be a long in combat encounter to defend him. Now, you guys have a really good plan to trap Zariel. That is still an option, but you would have to find her first.
We have
You
a secret
guys-
city to save first.
Well, that's kind of the thing. He had told you that it was sinking quick and that the city had so much time before it went in. So now you have arrived. The city is being lifted, but the Planetar can't do it all on his own while he's fighting off demons and devils. So because I don't want to start a very big complex combat encounter, because it's going to be complex because you guys are going to play both your characters. You're going to play both your Crimson Exile character and your Azure Crow character.
So do they still have exhaustion and a fourth of their hit
They
points?
do. So
Okay,
it's
just making
going
sure.
to be up to you to figure out how to offset that. The other thing is I'm also going to offer if you guys want to split the party and have one group go do trying to trap Zariel, or if you want to just try to focus 100% on getting El Terrell out of here.
Honestly, I think the fastest way to get El Terrell out of here would be to go after Zariel.
So that'll be there's going to be a combat counter the next session that's going to involve all your characters. And then once that's done, there's going to be a moment where you guys will have another decision to make on what next steps. It sounds like Merle wants to try to capture Zariel. And that's going to be...
Because that seems to be the quickest
right.
solution.
Because right now, you're going to stop it from falling into... You guys are going to stop it from falling down into the river Styx, but it's still on a different plane of existence. So there's still more to do. My hope is that we'll only have 2 more sessions of this campaign. Maybe 3. So come prepared for a really big, complex combat encounter, unless you guys come out of some weird-ass way to circumvent it next time. But I don't want to start one now because it'll be long. Probably just like for those of you that were in the Storm King's Thunder campaign, I try to finish the game off with this big climactic battle. And the idea that you guys can split the party to do both things at once is going to be intriguing, I think. So I think that's where we're going to, like I said, we're going to stop for the night. It's 9:30. We ran for 2.5 hours. Wasn't no combat, but hopefully that's not a problem. I had fun tonight. Let us know what you think of our new layout here. Yeah, I've been tinkering with that. I'm hopefully going to have some nice ones for the next campaign that we're going to do. It'll be much shorter, but it'll still be fun. So, yeah. Let's go around the table. Tell me who you're playing, what you include both your characters this time and next time in your descriptions. For the combat purposes, I'm going to have you guys run your characters side by side, so it's easier than trying to figure out exactly. Well, I was thinking it would be easier, but maybe we'll tinker with it so you got more actions, I guess. I don't know. But so we'll go ahead and start with Matthew this time. Who would you play, and what'd you like about the session?
My name is Matthew, and I've played Chiron, the Tiefling Paladin, Oath of Vengeance, and Garmor, a Moon Druid. This is practically the beginning of the end that we know of. I'm really looking forward to seeing this next session to play out. Even though Chiron wants to save the city from crashing into the river Styx before trapping Zariel. That's his priority. So he's probably going to stick around with the crows next session.
Okay.
And
Very
yeah.
Good. Austin?
Hey guys, I'm the guy who fucked up everything.
Pretty much.
Threw a wrench into everything.
It's fine.
It was fun. I played Zorax, the Disaster Fest, and Raven the Crow. Definitely the highlight for me was, of course, taking the damn sword and being a little miffed that it's just going to tell me to kill people nonstop. Which I'm not opposed to. I'm opposed to the fact it keeps trying to talk to me.
I'll be honest with you.
Looking at your leg.
I'm still being bound by a sword. It's fucking... Ugh.
I'll be honest with you, Austin. I had a thought to whole person Zorax when you were going up to the dais.
Do you really think you could stop my save? It's a wisdom save, right?
Yeah.
Or is it a charisma save?
No,
it's a wisdom save.
Yeah, I have a plus 10.
If he farts, he knocks himself free.
Yeah, are you sure you thought you could stop me? Because I know you couldn't have.
I could certainly have tried.
You could have tried.
You could certainly try. Awesome. Sure. Ian.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good time.
Oh yeah. And Ian, once again, co-host for Crit Academy, and the 2 characters I'll be playing is first off Human Artificer Merle Bronson, Artillerist Extraordinaire, and I'm also playing as Thorum, Blood Warlock. Half elf. A little nuts. Be more nuts than Merle, actually. That's saying something.
We will likely the combat will be very complex. So come prepared with notepads because you're probably gonna need it.
Oh boy.
I got a lot planned for this. So that'll be maybe exciting.
I'm at the build my own and beyond then.
I am your host of the Crit Academy podcast, Justin Total Dumas Hanlon. I hope that you guys enjoyed yourself. I know I did. I honestly could have sat back and watched them argue amongst themselves for a long time. I was really enjoying that. It was a lot of fun.
Doesn't really happen too often, considering we usually are pretty good about what goals, but our characters are starting to hit the end, and it's like, while the main path is correct, we wanted to go about it a little differently around the table.
Yeah. I enjoy the inter-party conflict. Ding ding. Check out their podcast.
Yeah.
It's great. If you'd like to join our podcast, we air live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We talk D&D. It's always a discussion. Tomorrow, or not tomorrow, it's Friday. On Sunday, we'll be talking Cobalt Press's Deep Magic. I'm super excited for this. There's so much content. And it's just full of awesome. Yeah, like I don't think I ever would need to customize build spells because there's so many.
Not anymore.
Right? So it's really good. So come and check us out. We like to bring you new and creative content for you to bring with you on your next adventure. All right, that's it. Let's all wave goodbye. Keep your blades sharp and spells prepared, heroes.